Well, good evening in that. Boy, it's been a while since I did one of these, isn't it? Oh, my. Yes, I've been away for a while. I wonder if anyone's even noticed. Now, let's get organized here. Usual things. Nobody's in the chat at the moment. Oh, Waikiki noticed. Good to see you, sir. Yeah, it's been a while. So I thought, as I sit here bored on a Saturday night, where most people are out on, date night or whatever, and that's not my life, of course. Hey, Neo, how you doing, man? I thought I'd try a little impromptu stream and see how I do with that. Um, there's been, good reason or two why I've not been around. Um, I'm not going to get into it. Particularly. It's not particularly interesting to anyone. We'll just put Jay Shipes in timeout because that's what I do. He expects it, so I give it to him. Welcome back to my stream, Jay. There's your timeout. After that, I'll leave. After that, I'll leave him alone for the rest of the stream because I like Jay. He's a good dude. He just kind of a putz when it comes to. Yeah, you're right, Neo. Shipes does deserve it, or is it Chippy? I keep forgetting. Is it Chippies or is it Shipes? I forgot. I forgot. And of course, he comes back with his second account, so we expect that too. So good to see you on account number 2, sir. Big Wrist is here, one of my watch buddies. Just nothing up really, sir. It's just Saturday. It's literally been about 2.5 months since I did a sit down at my computer stream. I assume my sound is coming through clean. If it's not, let me know. Not much I can do about it anyway, I guess. And just see if see how well I do trying to stream again. In a while. I've done a couple of streams, like 3 or 4 streams, where I didn't interact with anyone. That was on purpose, of course. So this will be the first interactive stream that I've done in about 2.5 months. Let's see. Big Rest says we are trying to sell our house. Tough market in Vegas. Yeah. Well, it's a tough market everywhere, B-Dub. It's Florida isn't really a tough market right now in terms of our housing market is good. It's just the problem is houses are very expensive in Florida. So, God, you see the newscasts around here all the time about the leftists whining and bitching about their people are priced out of the housing market and so on and so forth. Well, I mean, get a better job. Colby, how you doing, man? Let's see. Goodbye, Jay. Time that out too. So yeah, admittedly, this housing isn't cheap in Florida, but it is certainly affordable. You just, where are you going to look is the main question. I mean, if you want to live on, the Gold Coast or the Sun Coast or the Nature Coast, that's going to cost you. Maybe move inland a little ways. Don't move so close to the beach. Don't buy so close to the beach. Move a little inland where the rates are cheaper. Get creative. Do your research. Don't just walk in and expect people to hand you shit on a silver platter. It don't work that way. Got back from Savannah, huh? I've been to Savannah twice. Both times I've been to Savannah, I was married at the time. In fact, I'm pretty sure that on one of those trips, we conceived our second child. It was an inspirational trip, so let's say. Let's see. No, I can tell you, Colby, we did not go to a piano bar. That was, yeah. But we stayed, both times we stayed on hotels that were on a river. It was gorgeous, beautiful scenery. You just sit out on your balcony and watch the boats go by, and very peaceful. Savannah is a very pretty city. I'm not sure I want to live there, but it is a beautiful place to hang out. I think, Big Risk, I think one of the two places we stayed was a Hilton on the river. It's not a very big building, but it was well appointed. I think it was the Hilton. Both times we took the Celine to Savannah from Atlanta. That car is actually a very good, even in its current state. Back then, it was in a much lower horsepower state than it is now. But believe it or not, that Mustang is actually a pretty good highway car, at least in the South where the pavement's not so bad. But I have a feeling up north, the car would be a very rough ride indeed. So, how is everybody? Doing good, I hope. You're still enjoying that G-Shock there, Colby? I actually, the video I did of the review of it is still up on my channel, of course. A couple of people have messaged me about wanting to buy it from me, and I had to tell them I already sold it. And one of them wanted me to give them your contact information. They wanted to buy it from you, and I said, "Oh, hell no, no, I ain't doing that." Tacoma needs a new motor. You should be able to find maybe not a new motor, but you should be able to go to a salvage yard like LKQ or Pull Apart or whatever, and find a replacement motor for it. I am wearing, in case you give a shit, I am wearing an Omega Speedmaster Silver Snoopy right now. Been wearing it all day. I went to Tampa today to go visit my kid and help her out with a couple of things that were related to her new job. Hey, VicTube, good to see you, sir. VicTube been holding it down for me while I try and get my mind right with the Wednesday streams, and I am very appreciative of VicTube's efforts. I hope I was able to get him some ad revenue and some viewing revenue and that kind of thing. All right, Colby, no worries. But this Snoopy I bought after my father passed away. He wanted one of these watches really bad. He never got around to buying one. And I was able to make a trade. Well, I traded 2 watches away that I wasn't wearing anymore, and managed to trade off those 2 watches for this watch. Brand new watch. Vic, I'll talk to you about that later. I think I'd like to try and do a Wednesday stream. Let's see how this one goes, Vic. And if I think this goes all right for me, and how I feel about it and so on, maybe I'll do one on Wednesday. I don't have anything planned on Wednesday at 3:00 so far, but let's see how this one goes first. I'll let you know. Timex Snoopy? I didn't know there was such a thing. Timex makes good watches. It's just not to my taste anymore. I just don't. Thank you, Luke. I appreciate that. I was just trying to be funny. I'll drop the StreamYard link here in a minute. See, I haven't interacted with anyone in StreamYard on my channel in about 2.5 months, so that should be interesting, to say the least. And I saw that nobody was going live. Steve Pearson's here. Good to see you, my friend. I saw nobody was live at 8:30 Eastern, so I thought I'd just give it a try and go live here, see what happens. I'm going to drop the StreamYard link. And my one and only rule with the StreamYard is, 2 rules now. One, you've got a cam up so I can see it's you and not some naked, perverted retrobait. And 2, no bathrooms. If you're in a bathroom, don't come in. Just saying. I feel like no flop meat either. Thank you, Jay. I miss this whole Edward thing. I'm not even sure who this Edward person is. I don't remember who he is. I don't think I've ever interacted with him. But I missed that whole thing, and I'm not eager to go looking for him. So LSU Scooter, I haven't seen that name before. Is the wake-up alarm on an Omega more reliable than a Rooster? I would say yes, but I don't own an Omega with an alarm, sir. So, and I'm not even aware that there are any alarm-equipped Omegas except for maybe the X33, and I don't have one of those. I do have other watches that have alarms built into them, and they are 100% more reliable than a Rooster. So if you're relying on a Rooster to tell you when to wake up, you're doing it wrong. So besides, I'm an old man, so us old men, we wake up at 6:30. I know you were joking. I know that. But yeah, I love this watch. This watch is fantastic. I can see why it shot up to, at one point, it shot up to like 4 times its sale price, and people were willing to pay, 4 times the retail price for this watch. It really is a beautifully made piece. But I didn't have to pay that, fortunately. Now, let's see what else we got going on. For those of you who care, and I think I'm probably the only one that does, the Florida Everblades, that's a hockey team that's located down in Floridian. Good to see you, sir. They're a hockey team located in Fort Myers, actually Estero, which is just outside Fort Myers. They've made it all the way to the finals of the East Coast Hockey League, the ECHL, called the Kelly Cup. They've made it to the finals. They won the Kelly Cup last year. They're trying to repeat. They're playing in the finals against the Idaho Steelheads. They're in Idaho right now for game 1 of their best of 7 series, and that will be starting at about 10 after 9 Eastern time. And fuck the Panthers. They're not going to win. They better not. My Bruins were favored to win the Stanley Cup this year, and I don't know. They collapsed. They're up 3-1 against the Florida Panthers, and they absolutely collapsed. And nobody seems to know why. Yeah, they did better than the Bruins, Steve. What can I say? I was telling everybody the Bruins were going to take it this year, and they were going to take the Panthers out in 5 games, and look where they are. Panthers are in Las Vegas to play the Stanley Cup Finals, and the Bruins are on they're on the golf course. Tennessee Mike is here. Yeah, Colby, I wish the Bruins didn't choke you. What's going on, Mr. Mike? Nobody wants to chat with me. Yep, Boston had the best regular season ever in the history of the NHL. They set records that nobody thought would be broken, and they exited. They exited in the first round against the Florida Panthers, the number 8 seed in the Eastern Conference, and they had the best goalie tandem in the NHL through the entire year. One of them was probably going to be the Vezina Trophy winner for best goaltender in the NHL, and both goaltenders just lost their minds. They started doing stupid shit, and they let in bad goals, and they just did terribly. 2 watches came in today, huh? I got 2 watches delivered to me on Wednesday, actually. Both of them are Breitlings, and that's all I'm going to say about them. You'll have to keep an eye out for their videos, which will be out in mid and late July, respectively. But they were very, very good pickups for me. One of them was a watch I didn't even know existed, and the other one was a watch I'd had my eye on for probably about a year, and finally was able to do a trade on one. Young Citrus, go Tigers in that. Well, no. Go Gators in that, but my Gators will not be anything special this year. We know this, you know. It will not be a pretty year for the Florida Gators. I think the best they can hope for is 6-6. It is what it is. Now, I do have a bet with Sea-Dog. Those of you who know Sea-Dog, he is a big Georgia Tech fan. He made a bet. He made a challenge to anyone to bet him that he said that Georgia Tech will be bowl eligible in 2023, and nobody would take him up on the bet. Pete wouldn't do it. Pigskin Pete, Uncle Lou wouldn't do it. Nobody would do it. So I said, fuck it, I'll do it. I said, I don't think Georgia Tech's going to be bowl eligible. So we made the bet, and we'll see what happens. If they get to 6 wins, even though the season's not over, if they get to 6 wins, I got to pay Sea-Dog $50. If the season's over and they don't go bowling, Sea-Dog pays me $50. Thank you, Floridian. I appreciate that. Yeah, we need help. Well, no, the defense is going to be better this year, Citrus. Defense should be better this year. I think we'll be able to defensively play well this year. Offense, God knows. I think we should, hand the ball to ETN and pound it. CJ, how you doing, man? I think we should run the ball as much as possible. We have a pretty good crop of running backs. I think we should give it to ETN as much as we can and let him just run it. Give it to one of our bigger backs and let him pound it up the middle and see what he can do with it. Brad Pitt's here, or as our friend TK says, Brad. There's Brad. Oh, there's Sir Uga. Sir Uga. He, the whole time I'm away, says that I hate him. I time him out. I do all kinds of these nasty things to him, and that VicTube is nothing more than a puppet for me, and so on. I don't know what I did to Sir Aga to make him mad at me. I don't call him Sarah. I don't make fun of his name except for the added A sound at the end of it. I don't know why he hates me so much. I don't know. 10 years behind Georgia? No, I don't think it's 10 years, but I think we're way behind Georgia, but I don't think it's going to take 10 years to catch up. That's just silly. Let's see. Young Citrus, what's a good starter watch for collecting? Well, it really depends on what kind of watch you like, and then I can start steering you in a direction. Well, I'm not a big Miami fan, but I always root for Miami against Florida State. Sir Ugo was at Home Depot this morning. Okay. Jerry Wells is here. Did the Edward get his channel taken down? I have no idea. Shippies, we are not 15 years behind Georgia. That's silly. Because I think we recruited very well on defense, VicTube, and I think I think our defensive coach is better. So I think we're okay. Okay. Yes, 15, 16. Keep counting upwards. That's all right. Well, yes, Sir Uga, I know you're trolling. That's okay. I like to. Pardon me. I would say, well, let me ask you this, Citrus. Do you like dive watches? Are you more into dress watches? Are you more liking field watches? Do you like chronographs? Do you like digital watches or analog? Well, I mean, when you see watches out in the world, what do you like? Yes, Vic, I'm aware 2008 was the last year that we won a natty. That's fine. That's fine. You can call me. You can call BS on Florida recruiting. That's fine. No, Jerry. I'm still mentally a complete hot mess. So don't push me. Don't fucking push me. I'll go all medieval on your ass. Oh, let's see. Traditional watch. I would say I would say Citrus. I would, and it also depends on how much money you got. But there are a lot of good Casio Duros, which are very nice, not terribly expensive. The Seiko 5 series, the modern Seiko 5 series, they make all kinds of watches, all kinds of styles. There's a company I've been dealing with for about 5-6 years now called Long Island Watch, and it's longislandwatch.com. They have their own line of watches now called the Islander series. They have all kinds of watches in the Islander series. Divers, dress, field, chronos, all kinds of different watches. Usually under $300, or almost all of them are under $400, but a lot of them are under $300. And they are well-made, beautiful watches. I think you should check those out. Just go to Long Island Watch, and look at the Islander series and look at what they're offering. I mean, they have all kinds of different colors, strap types, bracelet types, dial colors, complications, no complications, just simple three-handers. Definitely go. Oh, and if you watch one of Lou's most recent videos, you'll notice on his wrist he's wearing a green watch with a brown strap. That was a Christmas gift that Battle Angel gave him year before last, I think it was. And that watch came from from Long Island Watch. I think it's a Messerschmitt. That watch was actually under $200. And it's a very nice watch. And I know that Lou likes it, but I think it was a little bit smaller. If you've got a pretty good sized wrist, you might want to stick with a 42 millimeter and larger. I don't drive a blue Cares, so I don't. Liberals drive blue cars. Shut up. Just useless. You probably drive a rainbow car for all I know, but never mind. Why didn't I come to Cherokee? Well, I was busy that weekend. I didn't feel like traveling. I don't gamble, and I don't hate my money enough to gamble. So that's why I don't gamble. The only time I've been in casinos in my life 3 times, and all 3 times I was walking through them to get to another place in either the resort or the ship I was on. If I have money to gamble, it would just be better served just to light it on fire. Let's see. I'll highlight that. Yeah. Are we in a depression? I didn't know that. I thought, according to old Puddinhead, everything was wonderful. Everything was rosy and wonderful, and we were all making tons of money, and we had full employment, and gas prices were down even though they're up, and inflation was down even though it's up, and everything was wonderful and great. So I don't understand this depression talk. No Georgia Tech fans have large wrists. Okay. Oh, I don't know. Gambling is the easiest way to lose money. That's why I don't do it either. Let's see. No, Jerry. If you look at what's called the U6 rating, that is unemployment based on job participation, or labor force participation rate. Our labor force participation rate is one of the lowest levels it's been since they started tracking that measuring metric in the 70s. It may look like we have full employment, but there are a lot of people who have opted out of the workforce completely. And of course, our fraudulent Department of Labor doesn't calculate U6. They calculate what's called U3. And that metric is a false measurement. Just like inflation is a false measurement now because they don't measure what they call quote unquote volatile things like gas prices and fuel costs, food costs. If you factor in gas and fuel into the inflation calculation, our inflation rate is actually much higher than it is, somewhere in the double digits. But they don't calculate that anymore because they've screwed with the metrics over the years and years to make it look better than it actually is. People like chess? Right. Okay. I don't understand that. No, I was not in favor of the debt ceiling agreement. The agreement that was signed by Pudd'nhead, it was a bad deal. We should not be spending. We're going to eventually. We're $32 trillion in the debt, heading for probably $40 trillion in the next few years. I heard someone on the radio the other day calculate this. I thought it was a very interesting calculation. And if you want to check the math, go ahead. If you started today and paid $1 per second to try and pay off the national debt, do you know how many seconds there are in 1 trillion? Do you know how many years there are in 1 trillion seconds? 31,700 years. It would take 31,700 years of paying $1 per second to pay off $1 trillion of our debt. So that means of our whole national debt would take something like 900,000 years to pay off if you paid $1 per second every second until the debt was paid off. We're talking about numbers that cannot be paid. It can't be done. And yet we're writing checks that our asses can't cash because the people who the people who are running things, a lot of them are old and going to be dead soon, and they don't care. Just keep printing money. Just keep printing. Just keep printing. Why don't you all look up the Weimar Republic between World War I and World War II and see how that turned out? But whatever. Well, a lot of people have chosen to opt out of the labor force, Jerry. I mean, it's a fact of life. Now, you're not going to find that being reported on very much because the mainstream liberal socialist media isn't going to talk about that. Only certain outlets are going to talk about that because they're not covering for the regime. But the numbers are out there. Yes, sir. No, I did choose to opt out of my Wednesday live stream. And it's my stream. Well, right now it's Vic's stream, but well, I honestly don't know what Chess is doing. If Chess is not working, pardon me, I was burping. If Chess is not working, I didn't know. Last I heard from Chess on that front was he was doing DoorDash or something like that. I don't know if he's working or not. So I don't talk to Chess that often, but Chess is an adult. At least chronologically, he's an adult. So if he chooses not to work, and he can figure out a way to earn his keep somehow, then that's his business. Chess has a job. Okay. Um, Good to know. I didn't know either way. So um, I'm sure somebody can find out if they want to. Well, that's up to Vic, sir. I mean, if VicTube Productions does not wish to do Wednesday afternoon live at 3 p.m., that's his prerogative. I did not ask him to do it. He volunteered to do it, and he actually texts me, every Wednesday in the morning. Are you going to do it this morning? And I say no. And I say, if you want to do it, you can. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to. I got no control over VicTube. He's a grown ass man, and he can do what he wants. That's probably a fact, Jerry. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe in the past, Chess brought on himself, some of the heat that came down on him because he he said things and did things or didn't do things and didn't make commitments and so on and so forth. I thought that was unfair and unnecessary to do to Chess. I don't think he deserved any of that, but you know, that was not my call to make or not. I never bothered him myself, but yeah, I don't blame him for trying to keep his life more private than it was. Yes, Sir Uga, that is my actual Celine as my avatar. That is my Celine on the Dragon. If you don't know what the Dragon is, that is a road in mostly in Tennessee. It's in eastern Tennessee, and actually crosses over into a bit into western North Carolina. But most of it's in Tennessee. It's an 11-mile long stretch of US 129. It's an actual public road. And it has, in that 11-mile stretch, it has 318 turns. You're almost never going straight, and it is definitely a very technical and very performance handling car friendly piece of road. It's probably one of the most well known pieces of road in the world. And it's fantastic to drive on in a car like this with a suspension that's set up for it. I did not say I didn't own a blue car, sir. I said your remark about blue cars was silly. Yes, an actual public road. No, I didn't crop out a tow truck, sir. The car is under its own power, as it almost always is. And if you make another remark about my car like that, I'm going to get rid of you. I'm ignoring you, Uga. Fish and football is here. Another fine Gator fan like myself. Facts, sir. 100% facts. Mustang is greater than Camaro. In fact, I'm going to leave that up for a while. if any of you have a performance style car and you're near that part of Tennessee, you should try this road sometime. It'll change your life. And if you're not paying good enough attention and your car isn't up to it, it'll change your life because you're going to drive off a cliff or drive into the side of a mountain or into a tree. That's it, Olga. Go sit in the corner. Oh yeah, I love this car. I've had this car 23 years now. It is it's a fantastic car. I probably bought the car twice over with all the modifications I've done to it, but it makes me happy. Nobody wants to come in the StreamYard. I'm surprised. I figured Vic would at least come in. And I'm hoping every year for the past 10 years, I think, every year, the Saline Club of America does a gathering up at the Dragon. And, get together on Friday and, check in the resort we stay at and, have fun and catch up with everybody. And Saturday is a whole day of driving. We go, the Dragon, Hellbender 28, Blue Ridge Parkway, although I missed that year. The Shannon the Skyway, all kinds of places. We just spent a whole day driving the cars. And then we have a big dinner on Saturday night. And Sunday we leave. It's a nice weekend. Lots of driving, burn up a lot of fuel. I don't think the Edward crew, whoever they may be, know that I exist, and I'm not unhappy about that. So but it's been 4 years. The last time I was at the Dragon was 2019. I missed time up there because of family, obviously, and I'm going to try and get up there this year. It's in mid-November. I'm going to try and get there this year, but I don't know. It's a long drive. The last time I did the trip, by the time I left my home, got all the way up there, and then side trip to Augusta to meet Lou in person, and did the morning show with him in person. And that was way back. That was when he was still in Grandma's garage. I was the first in-person co-host. By the time I got home, I had put 1,800 miles on the car. So that's a lot of driving, and I'm 4 years older and 4 years in worse shape than I was back then. So I don't know. I have to think about it. The car can make it. I have no doubt the car can make it. I'm just wondering if the driver can make it. We'll see. Maybe if I start working out a little more and trying to get some more exercise and get my body in better shape. My body is in shape, but the shape is more round than anything else. So, but let's see here. I don't understand this. I don't know who Edward's crew is. I don't even know who Edward is. So I don't know what to make of that exactly. But hopefully I can spot the trolls and get rid of them before they cause my channel to get struck or otherwise destroyed. But yeah, like I said earlier in the stream, I missed all of the shenanigans with that I've been hearing about for a couple weeks now. I missed all that shenanigans, so I got no real opinion on that. Untrue. I have no simps. Nobody's simping for me, and I'm sure as hell not simping for anyone else. So I don't understand that remark at all. So I will acknowledge it and move on. Pardon me. Pardon me again. Edward's crew makes you look normal. That's hard to do. I don't know how to take that exactly. So thank you, I guess. I don't know. Oh, I love my Mustangs, sir. I would love someday to get a hold of a classic Mustang. Although classic Mustang now includes the Fox bodies, the 79 to 93 cars. Believe it or not, think about this. The earliest, the newest Fox body Mustang is 30 years old. The last Fox body Mustang was made in 1993. It's 2003 now. That makes the newest Fox body 30 years old. So they can be considered classics at this point. I would love to get a hold of one, especially the old SVO Mustangs. Those things were a highly underrated car and a lot of fun. Well, Sir Aga, if Wednesday live streams are overrated, you don't have to be there. I mean, I'm just saying, if they are beneath your sterling personality and not worth your time, sir, don't come. Don't have to. Not making you, not asking you to. Nor do I what? I don't have to come. No, I don't have to come. As noted that I haven't been on a Wednesday afternoon live stream in 2.5 months. And that was my choice, sir. I didn't want to do it anymore. It wasn't no fun no more. In fact, I wanted to do this stream to see if I could have fun doing it. So far, it's not bad. But that doesn't preclude me from showing up and doing a Wednesday afternoon stream again. I didn't say that. I didn't say that, sir. No, I didn't say that at all. They are important. All streams from our community are important. There are more important things than live streams, at least in my life. Maybe live streams are more important than anything else in your life. That's fine. You do you, sir. But there are more important things in my life than live streams. I can name a half dozen of them easy, starting with my 2 children and my mother and going from there. So, But that's me. That's just me. You know, what do I know? I'm just an old man with a webcam that's turned off at the moment and a microphone. Well, you can bring this up with VicTube. That's fine. Me, I'm gonna just do what I do. When I want to do it, how I want to do it, and with who I want to do it. Just like I've run my life for pretty much all my life. Let's see here. Don't need that. Don't need that. I've got to answer that question later. Yeah, okay, whatever. TK! What's up, baby girl? Oh, TK. Come on. Okay. I fixed that minor oversight. Wait a minute. TK doesn't have a live stream tonight. Does she? TK, you got a live stream tonight? I thought that was Sunday. No, Battle Angel was Sunday, but that's in the afternoon. TK has a Saturday stream? Oh, I'm confused. Oh, she didn't. Okay. Well, do you normally stream on Saturday? Temper tantrums, sir? I don't have tantrums. I just lose my temper at assholes. But yes, Jay, I'm being treated for anger issues. They've got me on heavy medications, but side effect is I time out people named Jay for almost no reason. I miss Raj's stream. Yes, lots of Prozac, Jay. Lots and lots of Prozac, and chase the Prozac with Xanax. I don't know, TK. I like the Saturday streams since I don't go out. You know, uh, you know, I don't go out to bars or anything like that. Um, I could it could be here on your stream. Although, if I ever went to a cruise in or a car show on a Saturday night, then I'd miss the stream on Saturday night. So there is that. I should probably go to a car show or two before the real rainy season hits. Pardon me. I like what TK is doing with her streams with the the topics. I've said that many times, but I like the topics she's been selecting. Real world shit to make people think, which is a rare thing in this day and age. Thinking of adding another night for TK Live. Why not? I mean, shit. How many folks go live multiple nights a week in this community? Ain't no rule says you can't do that. Yeah, TK Live twice a week. That works. You just have to keep coming up with new topics. And the way this world is going, that's easy enough to find out. Hey, you could do a topic sometime this month about this being Pride Month. Oh, that should probably bring out the balloons. Do Pride Month. What the hell? You know. You could do the debt ceiling circus. That would be a good topic. You could do. You'll have to get VicTube in it for Luanon, or maybe your version of Luanon. Who blew up the Russian gas pipeline? Who did that? Yeah. Was it really America that did it, or was it the Ukrainians, or was it the Russians did it to themselves, or was it the Germans, or there you go. There's a good topic. Oh, so many topics. Oh, here's a topic. Guaranteed to get me excited. What's up, Dr. Bob? How you doing? Are electric cars really green? You could do that. They aren't. Spoiler alert, they aren't. But I'm sure that somebody like Rec Talk will be all over the electric car thing. Not that that's a dig. I'm not making a dig, but Rec Talk would probably be a pro electric car guy, and obviously I'm going to be an anti. And Jerry comes up with a great conspiracy theory, because I think that I think that probably has something to do with it, because we should. I still think we should have gone after promoting hydrogen power instead of electric power, but I guess there isn't enough money in that. Oh, that's not true, Dr. Bob. Come on. Everyone has an acceptable viewpoint. Turn on your camera, fishing. I was about to shut the stream down, but what the hell? I couldn't really see you very well, sir, so I hope your pants are on.
Yeah, my pants are on. Thank you. I'm real.
All right. What's up, my gator brother?
Not much, man. I'm doing all right. How you doing?
I just thought I'd kind of dip my toe in the water and see how I feel about streaming and interacting with people again. And nobody else was streaming. Yeah. Nobody else was streaming at the time, so I figured, what the hell? Just turn the camera on and start yakking. See what happens.
Yeah, it's a surprise. We like when you stream, so it's I had to hop on here as soon as I finished.
Chess just went live with a birthday stream.
Oh well, I wouldn't know nothing about that.
Well, it just came across my phone. Uga is beginning to get on my last nerve.
Well, that's the goal. That's the goal.
Yeah, I guess it is. I guess that's right. His goal is to get on every.
Yeah, the Billy Dragon reptiles. Yeah.
All right, let's face it. Fishing. Our team isn't very good right now.
No,
but we know this.
Yeah,
it hasn't. It hasn't been very good for a while.
Yeah.
But
there's a lot of sunshine pumpers out there, but people are starting to realize that, like, oh shit, maybe Billy Napier don't know what he's doing. So it's
maybe
the truth always comes to the light.
His first year was with Mullen players. This year he's got more of his own players. Let's see what he does with that. I say you give the guy at least 3 years, maybe 4. I mean, look at Norvell up in Tallahassee. He sucked his first 2 years. It was a disaster.
Yeah. Well, Willie Taggart. Yeah, Willie Taggart completely destroyed that program, and Mike Norvell took that job and knew what he had to do, and he had to climb out of it, and he sure damn did. And I mean, as long as this year will be the proof of the pudding, if he really has brought them out of the dungeon, but it seems to be like that's what he's done. So I mean, you have to give somebody a few years to get their recruits in and stuff like that. So you give Billy Napier at least 3 years.
Yeah, and it don't help that Florida is rated as having one of the hardest schedules in all of college football.
Yeah, and everybody's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, Florida's 5-7, 6-6." Well, yeah, but it's one of the hardest schedules in college football.
Yeah. So I mean, I know going into this season, it's not going to be a good season. So, I've accepted it as a Florida fan, and I'm just gonna watch the season and see if there are any, nuggets of hope, little things here and there, and maybe we win a game we weren't supposed to, and here and there, and do what we can. I would love to see them be competitive in most of their games. We'll see. And meanwhile, I'll be watching my other team, Harvard, and seeing what they do.
Well, last year we lost every single game except Georgia. I think I'm correct saying this, but by 7-point margins. So it's not like we got blown out a lot.
No, we didn't get blown out a lot, but
I had problems with it. With the play calls and stuff like that. I mean, I had plenty of problems with how last year went. That's why I'm kind of that's why I'll be watching this year to see the adjustments and stuff like that. See if we coach a little bit differently. If the recruits, even as freshmen, come in and make a difference, stuff like that.
Rick Sanchez has made an appearance.
My favorite.
I like Rick. Rick makes me laugh. Yes, 9:33 p.m. Celine stream. Yes. What's your point, sir?
9:34 now. 9:34 now.
Yeah, 9:34 now. I'll probably wrap up at 10. But I don't have to go to bed at 8 o'clock in the evening. I usually don't. I drink grapeseed oil, according to I don't know what that means. Grapeseed oil?
Oh man,
that's a cooking oil. Last time I checked.
Yeah, that's a hippie oil.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not a hippie. I wasn't born in hippie times.
Right, me neither. Yeah, me neither. That's the hippie oil. The avocado oil, the grapeseed oil. That's the hippie. That's the hippie shit.
I use peanut oil, sometimes olive oil, and when I use my deep fryer, I use canola.
You know what? Chicken in some peanut oil is actually really damn good.
Yeah, it is. The problem is I'm actually having trouble finding peanut oil around here lately.
I am too. Yeah, me too.
Should I ban Uga from the channel or just leave him?
No, don't ban him.
I mean, whenever I do a stream, one of the first people in is Shippies or Shipes or whatever, and he calls me he calls me Hyundai driver, and then I time him out, and then he brings in he comes in on his second channel and calls me Hyundai driver, and I time him out, and then after that he leaves me alone, mostly.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ban him, TK. I'm trying to get away from that. Except for Jay. You know, we have a little routine we do. He comes in, he calls me Hyundai driver, I time him out. He brings up the second channel, he calls me Hyundai driver, I time him out. And it's a ritual.
Yeah. Right. So it's a healthy balance.
Untrue.
If healthy is the word you want to use.
Untrue. I know how to change the oil on many things. So,
what you got in that Celine? Supercharger? Anything extra?
Yeah, well, the car is a 2000, and it was born with the 2-valve single overhead cam motor.
Mm-hmm.
I modified it, but a crooked shop modified it, and the motor sort of began to eat itself. So we yanked the motor with the idea of rebuilding it, and then when we pulled the heads, we noticed one of the cylinders was misshapen, and when we put a micrometer to it, it was oval shaped because one of the pistons had collapsed and just rattled around in the cylinder and beat it up.
Oh, hell.
And that rendered that motor dead. So we were thinking about it, and the guy who built the car had a contact with another customer of his with an 03 Terminator Cobra.
Oh, yeah. The blackout.
And a tree fell on it and bent the car in half. So he was parting out the car, and we got the motor. So we stuck an 03 Cobra motor into a 2000 New Edge, and it bolted right into the existing holes. We had to drill 2 holes for the whole car, the whole transport, 2 holes, and that was for the water, the secondary water pump for the intercooler system. Everything else bolted right in. The car was reprogrammed and retuned using the stock computer, and we had to lengthen 8 wires for the injectors, and it just went together beautifully. It's pretty much all Ford parts. So if the car breaks, which it thankfully doesn't, most of the parts, mechanical parts, are still Ford parts.
Yeah, they're OEM.
Yeah. Well, the radiator isn't, but and we stuck we stayed with the T5 for a while because it bolted right up to the crankshaft of the Terminator. But eventually that transmission just said, I can't fucking take it anymore.
Yeah.
And we put a T56 in there and used the same ratios that Ford did, and it bolted right up, and actually get pretty good gas mileage in 6th gear, believe it or not. but we're making about 600 horse, which is more than enough.
It's 6-speed?
Yeah, now it's a 6-speed, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, we had the T5 5-speed couldn't hold up to that motor for very long.
Okay.
We put a T56 in, which was built for that car, and used the same gear ratios as Ford did in their T56 with the Terminator. And it bolted right up to the drive shaft and, didn't have to modify the shaft. And the rear end was already beefed up by Celine when they built the car.
Mm-hmm.
It had the same gear ratio as the Terminators did. So the car is basically a pre-Terminator Terminator.
The blue Terminator.
Yeah. Well, they never made
blue Terminator
Terminator in this color. So
yeah. Yeah, I love those damn cars, man. That Model 2, you can find so many of them nowadays, like just the GTs. You can't find really the Celines anymore or the Mach 1s. Like I said I typed in the comments, like Mach 1s and the Cobras, people run them so ragged. Like if you even try to buy one of them, those motors have been dogged out.
If you're going to buy like a 03 or 04 Mach 1 New Edge with the shaker hood, or you're going to buy an 03 or 04 Terminator, I would say plan on putting a little bit of money into refurbing the car. Now the Mach 1s basically use the same 4-valve motor as the 99 and 01 Cobra, and those engines are bulletproof. The bottom end on those things are fantastic. You're not going to beat them up, but you're probably going to have to refurbish the chassis and the suspension. The 0304 Terminators are even more. I mean, they're using forged internals. The motors are good to 800 plus horsepower without having to rebuild the bottom end.
Yeah,
but like I said, the motors are bulletproof, and the transmissions in those cars are stout. And like Jay said, the T56 has been tried and true. I mean, he had one in his old WS6. I mean, the T56 has been around forever, and they're bulletproof. You can't kill the damn things. And believe me, I've seen people who tried.
Yeah.
If you have the right input shaft on a T56, they'll handle 1,000 horsepower, or more correctly, they'll handle 1,000 pound-feet of torque. Uga, it's not football season yet, you derp. Shut up. During football season, I'll do a Saturday night stream. I'll talk about, during football season, I wouldn't be doing a Saturday night stream anyway, you moron. I'd be watching football.
Yeah, let's do a Florida stream so that you can talk shit about Florida.
Is there something in the water in Athens that makes Georgia fans stupid? I mean, Jesus Christ.
They love it that we're down.
On Saturday, I'm watching football all day.
Yeah, they love it. They love it when Florida's down. Yeah, I don't blame them. When they're down, we love it too. It is what it is.
If you get a Georgia fan or a Tennessee fan or an Alabama fan, you get them in a private conversation where nobody else is listening, and you ask them if they would prefer to have Florida be a competitive team or somebody they can just run over, they all say that they'd rather Florida be a competitive team because they like good football.
Yeah.
But, they're all going to say in public with their chest puffed out, no, I want to stomp all over Florida. Well, yeah, okay, it sounds good. But, did I like it when Florida State was a cupcake? Yeah, part of me loved it when Florida State was a cupcake, especially when 2 years when we beat them and sent them home without going bowling. And one of those years we broke their 40-year winning season streak, and broke their 36-year bowl streak. Or was it the other way around? I can't remember. I think it was that way. But yeah, I like to see the games competitive, but because I have a cousin who went to Florida State, and I loved it when Florida State got crushed because it would just absolutely destroy him.
Oh yeah.
And I love my cousin, but he's a Florida State fan, so.
Well, it doesn't help that
seeing him suffer made me happy.
Yeah, it doesn't help that Georgia's at the top of college football. FSU's getting good. Tennessee is even getting better, and Kentucky's kind of right in the middle. It doesn't help at all because we're sitting here behind all of them. So that's the bad part.
I've said this to Georgia fans, like I've said it to Alabama fans, and I said it to Florida fans. Enjoy the uptime. Enjoy the time of prosperity and accolades and all that, because nothing lasts forever.
Nothing lasts forever, Georgia man.
Georgia can, fall apart. Maybe not soon, but Georgia, Alabama was up for years and years and years, and then they sucked in the 90s and the early 2000s. They were hopeless. And Florida was ascending in those years. And then, fortunes change.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm already. I mean, pretty much for me, I'm already like, as soon as next year gets here, then that's when really the start of where I actually have a little bit of faith comes in. The first year and the second year this year.
Ken Spear is checking in from Pittsburgh, one of my watch guys. Good to see you, sir. Thank you for checking in. I hope all of you will hit the thumbs up button for me, and before you leave. I hope Florida does okay this year. I mean, I hope they do well this year, obviously, but I don't have high expectations for them. I would just like to see them move the needle forward in 2023 versus 2022. We lost some games last year we shouldn't have. I think we won a couple of games we shouldn't have, but we lost games we shouldn't have.
Yep.
I would like that to reverse itself. But I don't have a lot of high expectations for Florida, but that is.
I mean, we have Graham Mertz, so
I don't know about Graham Mertz. I really don't know that much about him. So.
Well, I know plenty about him. It's not good.
Not good. Well.
It's not good.
Maybe there'll be a constant early season competition between him and oh God, I know the name.
We got Jack Miller and Max Brown.
Yeah, Miller. Maybe.
Yeah, Jack Miller. But he looks terrible too. So
Well, they all didn't look very good in the spring game.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
No, Dr. Bob. We had some watch talk earlier, but not much. These streams never seem to go to watches very much, unless you have a specific question about it. But I'm going to be getting off here in a few minutes anyway. So.
See, I will disagree with Florida going 4-8. That's not going to happen.
What flavor ice cream do you like, Mr. Sanchez? I have an idea what he's going to say, but I want him to tell me. What flavor ice cream is your preferred flavor, sir? Ironically, my favorite flavor of ice cream is coffee ice cream, and I don't even drink coffee.
Oh, really?
But I love coffee ice cream and butter pecan.
Yeah,
butter pecan is like my number.
Course. Oh no, you're gonna get a lot of shit for that. You're gonna get some shit for that.
Who, me?
Yes. They're gonna say, "Oh, you're old. Old people like butter pecan ice cream." Yeah, that's what's coming.
Mean, that's my number 3. My top 3 ice cream flavors are coffee, mint chip, and butter pecan. And my preferred brand is Breyers.
Yeah, Breyers is the shit. That's some good shit.
And don't buy Ben and Jerry. Ben and Jerry, and not only are they far left Marxist assholes, but they're also anti-Semites.
Well, I didn't know anything about all that, but I do know that Ben and Jerry's will make you fat.
Yeah, I've had Ben and Jerry's.
I've never seen a skinny person eat Ben and Jerry's ever. Being completely honest.
What is this? Old people love coffee ice cream too. No, old people like vanilla.
See, I told you. Hey, I love vanilla ice cream. And like I prefer those chocolate.
My buddy 6'2" is here. Good to see you, sir. Oh, and I love when I get like either frozen yogurt, which I have occasionally, very rarely now, but or ice cream when I can. Those sprinkles on the top. Up north we call them jimmies, but down here they just call them sprinkles.
It's like soda and pop type of thing with ice cream. Yeah.
I remember hearing during the summer of Floydapalooza, when everything was racist, they said that jimmies were racist.
Because they were called jimmies.
You can get jimmies in multicolor, or you can get jimmies just the chocolate one. Just the black colored. And they said when you put jimmies on vanilla ice cream, it was racist.
Is it racist if I like chocolate ice cream?
Are you black?
Well, does that matter though?
I shouldn't, but I think if you're black and if you're white and you eat chocolate ice cream, that might be racist. I don't know. I don't know how it could be racist, but everything is racist now.
No.
It makes no sense to me.
Yeah, there's nothing. If I like chocolate ice cream and I'm whiter than, if I'm whiter than hell, no, that's not racist.
I don't know. I mean, you know that troll thing that Battle Angel was talking about a few days ago. That thing that turned out to be a troll, where this kid was going to sue her parents because she was born without her consent.
I didn't hear about that. No, I didn't.
Well, there was a story. It turned out to be an obvious troll, but a lot of people actually believed it when it first came out that a girl was going to sue her parents because she was born without her consent.
Well, I heard about that. I don't think it was on that show, but I did hear about that. So how old was the kid that was going to sue him?
Yeah, but I remember for a
14.
I remember thinking, in this day and age, there has to be a lawyer stupid enough and sick enough and desperate enough to take that case.
Yeah, well, yeah, because the actual person or child didn't put it out there. The lawyer did.
But it turned out to be a fake anyway, which I was pretty sure it was.
I did hear about that, though. I thought it was real, too.
But, for a split second, I thought there has to be some kid stupid enough to try that and some lawyer desperate enough for a settlement to take the case.
Well, we've had this stuff happen before. The coffee was too hot at McDonald's. There was an actual finger in my Chili's at Wendy's. which that might have been true, but still, kind of what I'm saying.
Or you buy a product, buy a product to get it home. You open it up, and it's sitting inside a plastic bag of some kind, and you take the bag off, and in big black letters at the top of the bag, it said, "This is not a toy." Really?
Yeah.
Or you see you unpack something and the like a TV or something like that, and it's packed in styrofoam that styrofoam packing around it to keep it from breaking. And somewhere somewhere in the packaging it says styrofoam packaging is not to be used as a flotation device.
Well, yeah, the loophole. But
you have to think that some legal department came up with all these things as being necessary to put in their packaging. And then you think to yourself, why did the legal department think that it was necessary to put that on the packaging? And then you realize somebody probably tried to do that and then sued them when it didn't work.
Well, yeah. Or, I mean, I don't know how you have to word it, but if you put it a certain way to where in a court of law, you can never be sued for it, your product sells, and whatever you got to do, I guess. Because nowadays people are just afraid of being sued. I bought a brand new TV. Walmart broke it when they were taking it to my car. Well, styrofoam isn't a flotation device, so it shouldn't have been floating on that dolly that they took it out on, right? So
what I always thought would be a good reform, a tort reform thing would be, okay, sue away, people. Sue away, sir. Sue away, madam. Whatever. If you lose, you have to pay court costs for both sides. So if you're suing a company and you lose, you have to pay them back for their court costs, legal fees, and everything.
I agree with that too.
Kill it.
I agree with that in some situations. Like, there's no way to regulate it, but like if you're accusing somebody of doing something very, very silly, like you should, well, I'm not even going to go there, but anyway, in some situations, I think, yes, they should have to pay court costs if it's like just something completely silly and the judge determines so. And in some cases that they may even, there are some cases I would say, and I'm not even going to say what it is, and I don't want to get into it, but in some cases I would say that jail time is even deserved.
Rick, no, I'm not going to see. I don't want to see. The only movie that's coming up in the near future that I want to see in the theater is the second part of the Dune movie. Other than that, I will wait for movies to come out on Blu-ray and then buy the Blu-ray and watch them in the comfort of my own home with a clean bathroom and plenty of snacks in the fridge. Now, the Dune movie, which is going to come out and being shot almost completely in IMAX and will come out in an IMAX theater, I will see that in a theater. But that's it. I just think if you made frivolous lawsuits painful if you lost, then people would think twice about suing for nonsense.
Yeah, I agree. Look at Amber Heard. It was ridiculous.
Well,
it cost him all that money. Like, I don't know.
I mean, like, let's say, you're a victim of a drunk driver, and you decide for some perverse reason to sue the bar that served him the drinks. Nonsense. The bar didn't put him behind the wheel of the car. He put himself behind the wheel, or she did. You can't sue. That's like suing Ford because you got into a car accident. That makes no sense.
That's one of those cases. That's one of those cases where the judge will just look at you like you're stupid. Like, you're never winning that.
Well, you
just
can,
because it's so
bring the
far-fetched.
law. All I'm saying is you can bring the damn lawsuit if you want to. But if you sue the bar that served the drunk driver drinks and you lose and the bar wins, you have to pay the bar's legal expenses.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, right. If you're filing that lawsuit just because you feel like it and you have to make somebody bring a lawyer and pay for a lawyer, yeah. Like in that type of situation, yeah, you should have to pay the lawyer fees in the court. Yeah.
I think there has to be some kind of reform.
It's like a loophole, but there's no definite way to determine it. That's the only problem. But unless you leave it up to the judge, but
well, judges nowadays are no damn good either.
Yeah.
But fishing, it is 10 o'clock, and I am. I've actually had a long day. I've done a lot of driving today. I'm very tired actually, and I was actually going to only stream for about an hour or so just to see how I liked it, and then go from there with my future streaming life. And this was fun, and I appreciate you. And Rick, I would not be in favor of another Battlestar Galactica remake. I like this. I really like the first remake, but I still prefer the original series. I wish they had been able to continue that one. And just to put a bow on it, I would also not be in favor of a Babylon 5 remake. Yeah, Dr. Bob, I'll see you on the Random Rob stream where I am his #1 troll killer. But right, I appreciate you coming on here with me for a little while, fishing. I do appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. Appreciate you. Enjoy talking to you, and we'll see you later.
I hope so. We'll see.
I hope so too.
All right.
All right, man.
See you. All right, ladies and gents. Actually, lady and gents, but I am going to close up. I thought this went well, at least from my perspective. I'm sure I bored the piss out of the rest of you, but what the hell. If you haven't done so before you leave, please click the thumbs up button. That does help out with things. I appreciate the folks who already did that. If you would please do that before you leave, I appreciate that. It was fun doing a stream again. It's been about 2.5 months. I don't know where I'll go with the Wednesday stuff. Again, public thank you to VicTube for doing the streams in my absence and in my name. I mean, he didn't have to do that, but I appreciate that. Show him some love and support when he does his own thing. But yeah, this was interesting. We'll see if I do it again. Anyway, good to see all you again. Even the Super Troll Uga and Chippies and Sanchez. Yes, I am still alive and I am still grumpy. And yes, Dr. Bob, grumpy old dudes rule. Because we don't care anymore. We can be as grumpy as we want to be and we don't give a shit. And that's the way it should be. So y'all have a good rest of the weekend. Enjoy yourselves. I'll see you around. Peace.